Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and this is Let's Play Shadow of War Part 4. OBS-chan is working just fine, so let's go and hop into this. Now, as you can see, I'm a higher level than I was last time. I've done a few more story missions. I'm actually at that arena level where, you know, they're holding the general of Minas Ithil captive. We still don't have the ability to get the ring back from Shelob, but that should be soon. Normally I probably should be asleep at this time, and then get up in that like an hour or two to get ready to go to work, since I work third shift and everything. But I'm using a sick day tonight. I can't say I'm legitimately sick in regard that I'm not like vomiting or anything, but on the one hand I am feeling very restless, as well as a little unwell about a few things, but mainly just, I guess the best way to describe it is, aside from being restless, it's also the feeling that I decided I required an extra day for recovery, because when I did that, like my first, like, because I had never actually done a golf driving range before, and hitting all those balls like it was a fucking baseball bat, and trying to like hit them as hard as possible. I feel like I strained several muscles. Heck, there's parts of my shoulder that actually are bruised from swinging a golf club. What the fuck? That being said, it makes me feel really lame that I basically overexerted myself that much just hitting a golf ball. Then again, I am an overly competitive person, so I was trying to hit the ball further than people that actually, had actual, the bag that holds golf clubs and stuff. I think I talked about in that video where I used the picture of the, what's his name? Shit, the guy from Ari Ferretta. I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, I feel like I strained my fucking arm. And like I said, there's parts of it that actually have bruises on it. Particularly the part of my right arm that is the front part. I think it's called the deltoid, if I remember right. The, like, the part of your shoulder that is, like, directly above your armpit. That's like that joint that connects, your collarbone to the rest of you. It's like, it's a mostly red. It's not like it's purple or anything, but it's like it's a bunch of red splotching type bruise. Which again, it makes me feel really lame. And like I said, on the one hand, I do feel a little under the weather, but I'm not like sick. It's more so just a little bit of nausea and a little bit of restlessness, a little bit of emotional restlessness, and also just the fact that I shouldn't be doing my physical manual labor job if I feel like I strained my fucking arm. Because one, I'd probably aggravate the injury a bit more, and two, I might not do my job as well as I should. So, I have sick days, not a lot mind you, but, I figure this is a good day to use it, so. Also, I attempted to do a proper cover of the song The Search by the NF earlier, though honestly I feel kind of disappointed with how I did that, but honestly it's the best I could probably do. I've done it in a couple other videos, but that's the first one where I really focused on it, and it's just, But then again, I don't think it's possible for me to do that in a way that I'd be content with. I'm always going to feel like, I could have done it better. But if I keep doing that route of thinking, then I would just never post a video because honestly I would never feel any of the videos are ever good enough. So I might as well just do the best I can and go from there. Though the audio quality's a bit shit in that video. I think maybe I leaned in too close to my laptop. Or, I don't know. I don't know why I did it that way. I also did a comedy video. I think I called it an angry, creepy tree full of cats screeches Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses while spewing pasta at you. Like I said, it's a comedy channel, and I thought that was funny. I made cat sounds. Also, that yeah sound, I did like a really, really, really strong kitty cat sound. I'm like, so, yeah. Now that being said, like I said, there's the skills you guys see here. Did a few story missions. We're level 18. We also got a shit ton of gems. Let me show you. I don't know why this guy's showing up. He must be somewhere in the background. He's not the champion that I've been set to fight. Yeah, I got all these level gems. So, I have a lot of gems, but I still haven't got to this route. Trying to think what the most interesting thing I've really did. Like, there was one, like, captain who, like, during his introduction scene, he was completely on fire during his cutscene, and he was just ignoring the fact that he was on fire, which on the one hand looked very epic. And he was like just walking by like he's the fucking Terminator, and it was like dun 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 dun, and it was just like, oh shit. And it looked really epic and intimidating, except as much as I bitch about the times that I've been attacked during cutscenes in this game, which actually has happened, I'm like, what the fuck? It's not, granted, it's not enough to kill me. I still have not actually died a single time yet. Granted, I'm playing standard difficulty, but I have not died a single time. That being said, I thought it was hilarious, because one, I'm like, it's too bad I couldn't like rewind it and try to record that. And it's not like I can record a massive thing and then try to edit stuff, because I don't know how to make editing work, and honestly, I really just don't like the idea of editing. So even if I knew how to edit, I still wouldn't fucking do it. But it was just like, he looked so badass, it was so cool. And it was a great introduction to that character. He was just like, the orc captain just walking in, everything around him was on fire, he was on fire, and it was like, holy shit, that's epic. But then once he was out of the cutscene, it's like he had a sliver of health left, and I just threw a dagger at him and he died. And I'm like, okay. So that was kind of cool. I'll probably spend most of the day either just napping or, and by day I mean later on the night, because eventually will be the time I would have had to go to work. Probably watch some anime, maybe some WWE stuff, and just nap and take a few showers. But I hope the Angry Tree video, you should find it in the Surge Tonkian playlist, but I put it in a couple other playlists too. But hopefully it gets you guys to laugh. I think it's pretty funny. Like I said, predominantly this is a Let's Play channel with a focus on comedy and humor, but I do whatever the fuck pops to my head. I mean, sometimes I'll just vent about stuff that's bothering me. Sometimes I'll do karaoke. Sometimes I'll just do whatever random bullshit pops to my head that I think would be a cool video. Or I'll just talk about whatever's on my mind, or I'll literally just do whatever. So, yeah. Sorry if it makes it a little bit chaotic. But I just like not having to force a filter on myself and just be myself and express whatever I'm feeling at that moment. It's really great to have an emotional outlet. And also I hope, maybe some of the videos are entertaining to people. I will say this. I don't know if this is inappropriate of me, but I was really strongly considering doing the ara ara sound in the Guns N' Roses video, since I was making all those cat sounds, because I was doing like meows and yawns and stuff like that, and I was like getting really into it, so I was like really tempted to go ara ara, ara ara, ara ara. I honestly don't know how all that sounds. Ara ara. Okay, how about this? What if I just lean forward and try to whisper it into the mic? And by mic, keep in mind, and like I said, I don't really plan to ever buy an actual legitimate microphone. I just use the mics that are built into my laptop, which I assume there are two tiny ones on the side of this webcam. So I'm gonna try to like lean in close to it and whisper the ara ara sound. Ara ara. So yeah, I don't know how that actually sounds. I don't know. But yeah, I was tempted to do the ara ara. I don't know. Ara 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 ara. I don't know. I don't know how to make fucking sounds. I'm trying. Anyway, let's. And here's the thing. I may want to play this game off screen and I don't cuss at it, but I know the moment I do it while recording, I'm going to like feel that extra pressure that like I don't want to look like, oh no, Lunar can't play. But I've been playing this for a bit of time. You'll think I'd have skill. I do have like 15,000 fucking Miriam. Okay, let's... well, I do want to be leaned back. I want to try to lean up a little bit. Is that a little better? Yeah, it's a little better. Still kind of... Okay, can I fix this pillow? Nope, nope. Oh. Ah! Why is it so hard to be comfortable? Okay, I think we're good. Okay, oh god. I don't want to fight this guy. He's kind of got momentum on his side. Hand dodge. Oh, he's only level 8. Okay, I'm good. Oh, and he's got a very soft head. Good for me. Sir, everything I have inflicts ice. Because I am cheap. Ow. Did I break?
You fought well. Too well. Interval needs more time. Should I dance for them? Or in a manner of speaking?
I'm Macarena. Do 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 do.
To this arena to fight Sorrow's champion. I am still waiting.
Why do you... That's not safe. OSHA does not agree with this.
I do like a good pit fight.
That's why you're...
Really starting to enjoy the siege.
I don't want to make fun of your name.
But don't think.
But why are you the champion?
I'll make this quick.
Yes, I walk weird myself. I'm sorry. Oh, I see. Oh god, everyone wants to hit me. I'm terrible at video games. Can a neck have a limp? Why is your... What? Why is that in the air? Oh god, the ground!
I'm glad you made it through my code raids, because that means I received the honor of killing you.
You're a level 5.
It doesn't take much to do it.
I'm more than triple your level. And you have a soft head. Oh, I need more arrows. Ah! Give me these arrows. Please don't surround me. I'm claustrophobic and agoraphobic. It means I'm scared of big groups of people. Could you imagine if Talion had a fear of heights and a fear of spiders? I just walked up to him and bitch smacked you. Imagine if like you had kenophobia and agoraphobia and claustrophobia and you had arachnophobia, which is the fear of spiders. What about... Actually, no, I have a book, like the Cthulhu book. Give me a moment. I'm gonna grab that book real quick. I actually have a playlist where I only did one video so far, where I tried to start reading into Cthulhu book. I have a bunch of Warhammer books too, and Dungeons & Dragons books. But, you know. Yeah, life is. You try to do a lot of different things. I still haven't a chance to fully read this book on my own. It's kind of odd. I've never actually played Warhammer 40k thing, but I have like 6 different Warhammer books. Or 8. Hold on. Okay, I have 9. If 9 technically if you include the core rulebook. But I've never actually played Warhammer, you know, the board game. Or tabletop? How would you describe that? But I like reading everything I can. But I remember that there was a list of phobias in this. I should probably do another playlist, another video of this and that playlist. It's kind of like somebody recently asked me about the Undying Ranger and the Mackay Kingdom videos. And they're like, oh, are you going to finish this playlist? I'm like, I'm going to try, but no promises. Because honestly, I don't know if I will, but I would like to. So I'd say out of all the Nippon Ichi games, but keep in mind La Fusil is also going to come out at some point, so that's pretty cool. But I think out of all of them, I'd want to try to finish Soul Nomad first. But I do want to finish all of them. It's just getting around to it, and a lot of times I'll have real life stuff I have to do, to pay rent and stuff, and then of course there's times where I want to do other things. And let's be honest, sometimes I'm just lazy. And it's like, yeah, I do want to do those videos. I do want to play those games. I do want to finish them. But I also want to do other things. And sometimes I just want to do nothing. So, I don't know if it counts as an excuse for me not finishing a playlist or a game. But my excuse is I do what the fuck I want. And yeah. That's just what I do. Where is this list? Sample phobias, and it's in chapter 8, Sanity. So, when it says Sanity points to Sand Rule, I'm just thinking that, what was it, Undertale? Okay, so, page 160. Oh wow, this is a long list. Okay, a phobia is a lasting, irrational fear of something. The keeper may select, or dungeon master in this situation, randomly roll a d100. That's 100? Oh, they got 100 of each. Holy shit. Or choose an appropriate one. Keeper should add the phobia to the investigator's backstory. Ludophobia, fear of washing or bathing. I actually don't have that. I actually take usually about 15 showers a week. One thing, I've never had a chance to go to a anime convention. I'm thinking about going to one day. I think I haven't been to a rock concert in a long time either. But I can't be in a mosh pit anymore. I'd probably break my fucking knees. I did enjoy being in mosh pits when I was younger, but I feel like I'm already sore and in pain before on a daily basis. So I don't need to be tackled and tackling people on fucking concrete. I feel like that's asking me to go to ER. I'd rather not do that. On top of that, what was that other thing I was talking about? Oh, anime convention. Yeah, apparently I've heard that I've never been to one. But let's be clear, to put in Street Fighter terms, I'm looking forward to cosplay stuff, like, you know, like Chun-Li's thighs, Cammy's ass, Mika's tits and cleavage, and Sakura's face. Now I'm saying each of them is very sexy as themselves, I'm just saying those are like certain aspects you usually notice for each of them, like where your eyes go. And of course I'd be respectful and polite about such things. But at the same time, we all know that's why a lot of those cosplayers are so interesting to people. It's just, heck, I wonder if fuck I would be able to cosplay of. Maybe Vash the Stampede? Then again, if it was really hot, you'd probably get a heat stroke wearing something like that. I don't know. One thing I've never understood is that apparently people, like, I've never been to an anime convention, but I've heard that sometimes people go to those things and they smell bad. Which I don't understand, because in general, I like to smell good. Like, if you want to know what my cologne smells like, I wear a Zaro with a Wanted collection. It's a glass canister that is, it looks like a gun revolver, like from a 6-shooter. But it's a glass canister, glass gun revolver. And yeah, I think it smells, it's a Zaro, A-Z-Z-A-R-O. A little on the pricey side, actually, but I like it. Though, I do also have a container of Mablanc Red, so I'll wear a little bit of that along with the Azaro. But it's just, I don't know, I prefer to smell nice. So, like, I don't know why somebody would want to smell bad, but at the same time, if you're doing something social, like an anime convention, because you're going to go around talking to people and trying to be social, which sometimes can be difficult, since in general I'm kind of a, well, very antisocial individual who tends to be very isolated, withdrawn, very fucking socially, emotionally, and everything withdrawn. But I still try not to be. So I'm an antisocial person who makes attempts at being sociable. And I feel like I'm at least better at talking in person than I seem like I do in these videos. But that's because talking in those kind of ways is so much more exhausting than just talking casually like this. But yeah, apparently people go to those things and they smell bad. I'm like, why would you go to an anime convention? Like, why would you want to do something social and smell bad? Now, apparently I have been in situations where I've been forced to smell bad, but that was usually because, and, you know, okay, there's no reason for somebody to complain. Like, say if I had to walk somewhere outside for 3 fucking miles in the sun, yeah, I'm gonna sweat quite a bit. I was, you know, if you're spending 1 to 2 hours walking non-stop outside in the sun, or if you're spending, you know, like 8 to 10 hours working at a fast food restaurant with either fryer grease, red meat, or you're in a factory busting your ass, yeah, you're gonna smell bad. You know, doesn't matter how much deodorant you wear, you know, you're busting your ass. Same way, there was actually a time that I was actually up in the mountains back in 2004. I spent a couple weeks or so. Granted, the first day or so I was in the city where the base camp was, but we're up in the mountains area. It's a place called Philmont. It's in New Mexico. It's, I think, the 3rd least densely populated state here in the United States of America. It seemed like a nice enough place, but I only spent like a day or so in the city where, you know, most of the populace was. I was mainly there for a camping trip, which honestly was very exhausting, and I became very dehydrated for most of it just because not the very best quality of, you know, any of the water I had to drink was basically from the natural water of the environment, and had to use iodine or something like iodine. It's a form of iodine, but I don't know exactly how you describe it. It was like an iodine tablet that you added to water to purify it, but it tasted so bad. Like, pool water is more appetizing, but probably more unhealthy for you, more likely to kill you. But it's just like, it just was so bad that it's just, eventually I couldn't force myself to drink it anymore. It was just, and of course you're not going to drink water that's not purified, because the chance of getting a microbe or something is pretty bad. But at the same time, it was just, I sort of couldn't bring myself to drink water anymore. It was just the taste. It didn't matter how dehydrated I was getting, it was just, the taste was so horrible. But that being said, the main reason I'm saying is this. Of course I smell bad in that situation. It's 2 weeks up in the mountains. You know, I'm carrying 60-pound, 65-pound fucking camping pack on my back. You know, that's, you know, foam pad, sleeping bag, all your clothes, all your gear, all your equipment, everything. You're carrying everything. Of course, it's got, in addition to the straps that go over your back like a backpack, you have the thing that goes around your waist, where it helps displace some of the weight load on your hips, which allows you to go, basically, as we were doing, hiking / walking / fucking climbing a damn mountain. While actually having a fucking, granted, I was 17 back then, so, you know, I was only like 160 pounds. Actually, I was 5'11" back then. 5'10" now. It's apparently, you tend to shrink as you get older. But, yeah, it was a couple weeks up in the mountains. It was raining a lot of times. And here's the thing. You have no access to showers. You have no access to a latrine. Most time you're shitting behind a tree. And you don't have the ability to really even wash your hands properly. I mean, even that's a fucking stretch. But here's the thing. You have no access to showers, shampoo, deodorant. And here's the thing. You're not allowed to have anything with any kind of scent. That means no cologne, no deodorant, no toothpaste, no mouthwash, none of that sort of stuff. Because 1, it's not the environment that's efficient, it's more likely litter, and 3, it's just, it causes issues with the wildlife, and considering that you were specifically warned that you're not allowed to go anywhere by yourself, because granted it's a liability, no places don't want to be sued, but you know, you don't want to go off by yourself because, well, there are several animals that will actually eat you if you start wandering by yourself. Because if you're by yourself, it doesn't matter if you have a gun or whatever, you're seen as easy prey. They're going to come at you. So you have to literally stay in a group so you don't, you know, die. But it's just, that whole thing was fucking exhausting. And I'll say this, for as much camping as I did in the past, I never want to camp ever again. I like my bed. I have a queen-size bed. My bed is very comfortable. I may lack a Neko to cuddle with, but it's a very comfortable bed nonetheless. I don't know. Like, I've gotten off topic, but like, I don't even know what the original topic was. I assume it's redoing this Let's Play that I'm just sort of ignoring. Okay. Acrophobia. Fear of heights. So, acrophobia is fear of heights. Arachnophobia, fear of spiders. Let's see. Aerophobia, fear of flying. Shouldn't that be the same thing as acrophobia? Agoraphobia, fear of open, public, crowded places. Electorophobia, fear of chickens. Allumiaphobia, fear of garlic. Amaxophobia, fear of being in or riding in a vehicle. And Anchorophobia, fear of wind. Androphobia, fear of men. Anglophobia, fear of England or the English culture. What? 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 Anthophobia, fear of flowers. Apodomophobia, fear of people with amputations. Arachnophobia, fear of spiders. Astrophobia, fear of lightning. Actinophobia, fear of ruin or ruins. Alluophobia, fear of flutes. Bacteriophobia, fear of bacteria. Ballistophobia, fear of missiles or bullets. That seems reasonable. I mean, if it's just a bullet just sitting still. But I mean, I don't think anyone ever wants to be shot. And here's the thing, I'm not going to claim to be a badass. if I were to ever get shot, stabbed, or, well, honestly just sprain my funky ankle, you will not hear me cease to bitch. I will whine and cry, and I will be like, fuck this, I'm not a badass. First, but I'll say this: games like Shadow War, you get to feel like a badass, and it's awesome. I mean, heck, you can jump from like all these heights, and it doesn't like instantly shatter his fucking knees. It's like Assassin's Creed. Even the smallest jump that does no fucking damage to Ezio would cripple you in real life. And the amount of finger strength. And here's the thing: most people that do rock climbing are not only insanely physically fit, but even if they don't have accidents, they tend to sprain, especially if there's a muscle. Like, there's a dude who has a YouTube channel called Kyle Hill. He does a bunch of scientific videos, and he does rock climbing, but he keeps repeatedly hurting his hands because really there's parts of the hand. Like, honestly, even if you're a very light person and have a very high amount of muscle compared to your overall BMI, human body is really not meant to climb like that, and you're putting a lot of pressure on joints that aren't meant to be used that way. Okay, where was I? Basophobia, fear of falling. Again, shouldn't that be the same thing as acrophobia? Bibliophobia, fear of books. Nope. But botanophobia, fear of plants. Caligneophobia, fear of beautiful women. Chymophobia, fear of cold. Coronophobia, fear of clogs. Like, I feel like most of these fears would just be triggered by someone having PTSD of a certain situation. That it shouldn't be like a thing you should naturally be afraid of. Claustrophobia, fear of confined spaces. Choleraphobia, fear of clowns. Cynophobia, fear of dogs. Demonophobia, fear of spirits or demons. Which that reminds me, there's a game called Demonophobia. It is probably the most cursed video game ever created. It is a Korean video game. And it is not recommended to be played by anyone, or it is not recommended to be played or viewed by anyone unless they are 23 years or older. It is very, very, very violent and very. Like, honestly, if you're 22 years old, you're still too young to see that game. Demophobia, fear of crowds. Dentophobia, fear of dentists. Dyspossophobia, fear of throwing stuff out, hoarding. Okay, so. Okay. Dorophobia, fear of fur. Dramophobia, fear of crossing streets. Ecclesiophobia, fear of church. Isotrophobia, fear of mirrors. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing more than half of these. Is there a fear of mispronouncing words? Or is that just me embracing the fact that I can't enunciate or properly read my own language? Like, I need phonetics to understand myself. And emetophobia, fear of needles or pins. Entomophobia, fear of insects. Polinophobia, fear of cats. Gerontophobiia, fear of crossing bridges. Gerontophobia, fear of old people or of growing old. Gynophobia, fear of women. Hyomophobia, fear of blood. Hamartophobia, fear of sinning. Haphophobia, fear of touch. Herpetophobia, fear of reptiles. Hampsiphobia, fear of fog. Hoplophophobia, fear of firearms. Hydrophobia, fear of what? Hypnophobia, fear of sleep or being hypnotized. Electrophobia, fear of doctors. No, that's ichthyophobia. Okay, ichthyophobia, fear of fish. Catserophobia, fear of cockroaches. Turanophobia, fear of thunder. Lacanophobia, fear of vegetables. Ligriophobia, fear of loud noises. Limnophobia, fear of lakes. Mechanophobia, fear of machines or machinery. Megalophobia, fear of large things. Merantophobia, fear of being bound or tied up. Meteorophobia, fear of meteors or meteorites. Monophobia, fear of being alone. Mysophobia, fear of dirt or contamination. Myxophobia, fear of slime. Necrophobia, fear of dead things. Octophobia, fear of the figure 8. Okay. Odontophobia, fear of teeth. Onerophobia, fear of dreams. Onomatophobia, fear of hearing a certain word or words. Ophidiophobia, fear of snakes. Ornithophobia, fear of birds. Parasitophobia, fear of parasites. Pediophobia, fear of dolls. Agophobia, fear of swallowing or eating or being eaten. Pharmacophobia, fear of drugs. Phasmophobia, fear of ghosts. Phenophobia, fear of daylight. Pogonophobia, fear of beards. Potomophobia, fear of rivers. Potopophobia, fear of alcohol or alcoholic beverages. Pyrophobia, fear of fire. Rapophobia, fear of magic. No, it's Rababadaba. Parappa! I still think that'd be interesting. I had a video where like there was Kratos from God of War and Parappa. I'm just saying that'd be a really cool like co-op game. I don't know. Getting off topic here. Scotomophobia, fear of darkness at night. Selenophobia, fear of the moon. Sideromophobia, fear of trains. Oh, that reminds me. Today is... I don't know what day it is. It's a Sunday. Apparently there's supposed to be a total lunar eclipse later tonight. So that's cool. Yeah, there's going to be a total lunar eclipse tonight. So, since I'll actually be home for that, I'll go outside and try to see it. Siderophobia, fear of stars. Sideromophobia, fear of trains. No, that's... Yeah, fear of trains. Stenophobia, fear of narrow things or places. Symmetrophobia, fear of symmetry. I don't know. I'd say the kid from Soul Eater has the opposite of that. Taphophobia, fear of being buried alive or cemeteries. Torophobia, fear of bullets. Bulls. Telephophobia, fear of telephones. Teratophobia, fear of monsters. Thalassalophobia, fear of the sea. Tomonophobia, fear of surgical operations. Triskaphobia, fear of number 15. And while it's not here, I remember that there's a thing called trypophobia, like it's a fear of lots of small holes. But it's not actually listed. That's kind of... You'd think that would be on this list. Vestophobia, fear of clothing. Wiccaphobia, fear of witches or witchcraft. Xanthrophobia, fear of the color yellow or the word yellow. Why just specifically yellow? What about the other colors? Why aren't people scared of the color red? Like, why yellow? Xenoglossophobia, fear of foreign languages. I don't know. I have the opposite of that. I have a fondness for foreign languages. I just have a complete ineptitude to understand them, despite I have made attempts. Xenophobia, fear of strangers or foreigners. Zoophobia, fear of animals. Sample manias. A mania results in obsession or compulsion with its subject. The keeper may randomly choose appropriate one. The keeper may add a mania to investigate the backstory. Okay. Glutomania, compulsion for washing oneself. Wouldn't that just be a person that's a germaphobe? Abalomania, pathological indecisiveness. I might fall in that category. Clumomania, excessive liking for darkness. Only when I'm having a really bad migraine. But even then, I'll still listen to metal music sometimes, even with a migraine. I'm weird. Acromania, compulsion for high places. Nope. Gothomania, pathological kindness. Yeah, kind of have that. Agromania, intense desire to be in open spaces. Ichnomania, obsession with sharp or pointed objects. Aileromania, abnormal fondness for cats. Algomania, obsession with pain. Aliomania, obsession with garlic. A maxomania, obsession with being in vehicles. Aminomania, irrational cheerfulness. Anthomania, obsession with flowers. Arithmomania, obsessive preoccupation with numbers and math. Asecticomania, compulsive or reckless spending. Automania, excessive liking for solitude. Balletomania, abnormal fondness for ballet. Really, is that a thing? Bibliomania, compulsion for stealing books. Bibliomania, obsession with books. Okay, I may have bibliomania. Because I just like to read lots of things. So, I can't seem to stay to one subject for very long. Bruxomania, compulsion for grinding teeth. That sounds uncomfortable. Cacodomania, pathological belief that one is inhabited by an evil spirit. That sounds inconvenient. Calomania, obsession with one's own beauty. Chartocathesis, uncontrollable compulsion to see maps everywhere. That's got to be anyone playing an open world game for Bethesda. Am I pronouncing that right? I'm just saying, it's not like just natural now for everybody, like for anyone that's used to playing on any kind of open world game. I think that's just being called a gamer. Catapediamania, obsession with jumping from high places. Chymotomania, abnormal desire for cold and or cold. I do like some ice cold Pepsi. That's good. Like, I have an addictive personality, so it's a good thing I've never done drugs. But like, I'll never be able to stop ice cold Pepsi. It's delicious. I have tried Nitro Pepsi, and that's fucking disgusting. It is horrible, and it's disgusting. Also, I do like Mountain Dew as well, but here's the thing. Recently, they have Flaming Hot Mountain Dew. Why the... That sounds horrible. I refuse to even try that. I was at least willing to try the Nitro Pepsi. It was a really big can, took 2 sips, and then I just had to throw the whole fucking thing away. It was so gross. Pepsi Nitro is so gross. But I do like me some ice cold Pepsi. Choromania, dancing mania or total frenzy. Cliniomania, excessive desire to stay in bed. Coinomania, obsession with cemeteries. Coloromania, obsession with color. Coloromania, obsession with clowns. Countermania, compulsion to experience fearful situations. Dacromania, obsession with killing. Demonomania, pathological belief that one's possessed by demons. Wasn't that the same as an earlier one? Dermatillomania, compulsion for picking at one's skin. Dicomania, obsession to see justice done. Dipsomania, abnormal craving for alcohol. Doromania, obsession for owning furs. Doromania, obsession for giving gifts. Draftomania, compulsion for running away. Ectomania, compulsion for wandering. Yeah. Egomania, irrational self-centered attitude or self-worship. Emplomania, insatiable urge to hold office. What? Is that a thing? Anosomania, pathological belief that one has sinned. Epistomania, obsession for acquiring knowledge. Baromania, compulsion for stillness. Theriomania, craving for ether. What? Okay. That's not a very common thing. Gamnomania, obsession with issuing odd marriage proposals? That seems... Okay, I need to readjust how I'm sitting. This is very uncomfortable. But I will, like, resume the game as soon as I get through the list of manias. I needed to readjust how I'm sitting. There we go. Let me put my earbuds back in. If I can get them, I'm being untangled with my fucking controller. Real quick, let me check inside of my earbuds. Yes, I'm holding a flashlight and shining them directly into the earbuds. I want to make sure there's no bugs in or on the earbuds before I put them in my ears. Okay. My voice may sound a little different just because, well, basically it was the start of the video because, I don't know. I was holding a book in front of my face there a moment. Where was I? Jellyomania, uncontrollable compulsion to laugh. Gotomania, obsession with witches and witchcraft. Graphomania, obsession with writing everything down. Gymnomania, compulsion with nudity. Habromania, abnormal tendency to create pleasant delusions. In spite of reality, that part's in parentheses. Hemlophobia, an excessive liking for worms. Haplomonia, obsession with firearms. Hydromania, intense craving for water. I am thirsty. I have a thing of water over here. I should take a drink of water. Yay, water bottles! Okay, where was I? Ichliomania, obsession with fish. Iconomania, obsession with icons and portraits. Idolmania, obsession or devotion to an idol. Infomania, excessive devotion to accumulating facts. Classomania, irrational compulsion to shout. Kleptomania, irrational compulsion for stealing. Ligromania, uncontrollable compulsion to make loud or shrill noises. Linomania, obsession with string. Lotteriomania, extreme desire to take part in lotteries. Lipomania, a normal tendency toward deep melancholy. Yeah. Megalithomania, abnormal tendency to compose bizarre ideas when in the presence of stone circles or standing stones. That's oddly specific. Melomania, obsession with music or a specific tune. Metromania, insatiable desire for writing verse. Misomania, hatred of everything, obsession of hating some subject or group. Monomania, obsession, abnormal obsession with a single thought or idea. Mythomania, lying or exaggerating to an abnormal extent. Nosomania, delusion of suffering from an imagined disease. Notomania, compulsion to record everything, e.g., or example given, photograph. Onomania, obsession with names, people, places, things. Onomatophobia, irresistible desire to repeat certain words. Oncyptolomania, compulsive picking at the fingernails. Opsomania, abnormal love for one kind of food. Paramania, abnormal pleasure in complaining. Personamania, compulsion to wear masks. Phasmomania, obsession with ghosts. Phonomania, a pathological tendency to murder. That doesn't seem healthy. Pathological desire for light. Photomania. Plantomania, abnormal desire to disobey social norms. Plutomania, obsessive desire for wealth. Pseudomania, irrational compulsion for lying. Pyromania, compulsion for starting fires. Question-asking mania. You couldn't think of a better word for that! But there's everything else that's like a scientific fucking word, and this one's literally just the question hyphen asking mania. Compulsive urge to ask questions. I feel like you just made that one up. Rhinotillomania, compulsive nose picking. Scribblomania, obsession with scribbling or doodling. Siderdromania, intense fascination with trains and railroad travel. Well, I mean, wouldn't that just be Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory? Sophomania, the delusion that one is incredibly intelligent. Technomania, obsession with new technology. Thanatomania, belief that one is cursed by death magic. I guess that would apply to Thanos, so I guess the name works. Yes, I know, I get the joke. Thanatos, the Greek guy. I mean, heck, he was a character from the Hades game. But still, I'm trying to be funny. Theomania, belief that he or she is a god. Tiltomania, compulsion for scratching oneself. Didn't we already read that? Tomonomania, rational predilection for performing surgery. Trichotillomania, craving for pulling out one's hair. Typhilomania, pathological blindness. Xenomania, obsession with foreign things. And zoomania, insane fondness for animals. Yay, we made it through all 100 of both things. Let's hop back to the game. This is... Ah! I should be paying attention! Oh, you dick!
You've been a thorn in my side far too long.
Didn't I kill you like 4 times?
Even. Now they dragged me in here to deal with you. Well, I'm going to drag
I've killed you like 4 times, man.
one piece at a time.
No! I missed. Why am I on fire? I was so far away from everything.
I told those idiots to send someone else. They never listen.
I know, right? I better not see you up like 6th time, man. So I've killed you 4 times. This means the 5th time I met you. Oh god, there's still more people.
I have upheld my end of the bargain! And your champion has upheld his! For fighting this pitiful enemy, the Dark Lord promised mercy! Gaze now upon the Bright Lord! I make no such offer! Run! Run! Run to your master and give him this message! I come for him!
Yay!
Let us hope Idril found her father.
All that matters is the Palantir. It cannot fall into the Witch King's hands.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be pretty useful. But yeah, we'll call that a video. Hope everyone had a wonderful day. Sorry I kind of went off topic. Bye everybody.